Professionals are more confused about which AI tool to use than ever before. Previously, you just had to decide which app or software to use. Now, new AI tools are released almost every day. So, which ones do you actually use? And is there a better way to decide? In this video, I'm going to show you how to cut through the noise and stop reacting to every new AI tool that comes out. Instead, you'll learn how to use AI tools to support better decisions, not just generate more output. I'll give you a simple 4-step test you can run before adopting any new tool within this video. At the end, I'll also share how I personally decide which AI tools to use in my own work and business. Hi, I'm Peter. I've got a background in law and aerospace engineering, and I've spent over 12 years as a consultant building systems, frameworks, and processes in complex environments. I now help professionals and business owners implement a clear decision architecture so they can stay in control, even as AI keeps changing the game. There are already hundreds of thousands of AI tools available. Most people know about ChatGPT or Grok, but the reality is that the list is growing extremely fast. So how do you decide which tools are actually worth using in your work or business? Now, here's the problem I see most often. People choose AI tools reactively. They see a new tool on social media, they hear a colleague mention it, or they feel pressure to keep up, so they start using it. And there's very little structured thinking involved in that. And as a result, many professionals end up with a messy collection of tools that create more noise than clarity. I've seen this pattern repeatedly, both in my own work and with clients. The issue isn't a lack of options. The issue is the absence of a simple decision process for evaluating how those options can be used. And that's why I developed a practical 4-step decision process. Now, step 1 is decide whether the tool is primarily for personal use, business use, or both. Step 2 is categorize what the tool actually helps with. And to determine that, you can ask yourself these questions. Does it help me solve problems faster? Does it make decisions easier? Does it do more of the work for me? Does it increase clarity or certainty? Does it provide useful personalization? And the last question is, does it make buying or evaluation easier? Then you go to step 3, which is you score the tool from 1 to 5 against the most relevant categories from above. 1 is not very useful, and 5 is extremely useful. After you've numbered each tool, anything below 3 you discard. If it's a 3, only keep it if it solves a specific or necessary task in your work or business. Above 3, keep for further review. Step 4 is you compare the remaining tools that sit in the same category or categories, and look at the ease of use, quality of output, cost, and whether it genuinely improves your process. Once you run the tool through this filter, you can be much more confident that what you keep is actually useful. And just because an AI tool exists does not mean you should use it. A few practical tips from how I approach this myself, both in my business and work generally. From a business perspective, I separate work into 2 types. Tasks that require a person, me or a team member, and other tasks where AI can meaningfully assist or handle part of the process. For example, parts of a marketing funnel can be supported by AI, but in a premium one-on-one program, I will not replace the human element because that is the core of the offer that I'm providing to my clients. Now, here's another practical example. In client delivery, AI can be useful for summarizing scripts or organizing notes after a call. That saves time, but the actual thinking, diagnosis, and recommendation still needs to come from a person. If you outsource the thinking too early, the quality drops. The key is being deliberate about where AI adds leverage and where it would dilute value. And it also depends very much on your business and what you're offering. From a work perspective, if your company already has tools like Microsoft Copilot, get very good at using them. Many people avoid engaging deeply with AI because they worry about being replaced. The more useful approach is to learn how to leverage these tools so you can operate at a higher level. If your role involves writing reports, stop only thinking about the report itself. Start asking how you can increase the value of that delivery, perhaps by adding a short strategic discussion so the client understands the bigger picture, not just reading a report. People who think this way become more valuable inside organizations, not less, and that's going to become more and more important over the next few years. If you want clarity on how to apply this kind of a structured thinking into your own work or business, you can book a clarity call using the link in the description. And we'll look at your specific situation and identify the highest leverage next steps. And I'll see you in the next one.